So this is my job for today. The customer had somebody tear out their driveway ahead of us. And this is after me throwing all the pieces out of their yard back into the driveway and getting it halfway closed. They got some drains over there that we gotta tie into. But it's hard to tell. But I gotta bring in 30 tons of base rock to get this thing back leveled out. And then we are going to put 40 tons of asphalt on it. So I'll bring you back for the rest of it. Here's the front. It's supposed to be fully prepped and ready to go. Yep. Got a load of rock getting loaded in the paver. You put the rock down with the paver and you get exactly how you want the asphalt to be. I gotta go back and do a little bit more around that wall, but smooths it out, makes it about perfect. I'll get back whenever I'm done here. Alrighty, still laying some rock down. Alright, here's the rock I laid down. There's a little low spot here because of the drain, and then it builds up from there. And there's drains over by the garage doors that we're tying into. But got it almost ready to pave now. Got everything sloped away from the house. Amazing what you get whenever you hire somebody that actually knows what they're doing. The first people had asphalt, I'm not kidding you, 4 foot out into this grass. Chunks everywhere, people having trouble even thinking about mowing. But now we got a good transition up at the road. We still got to mill that. But we wanted to do our rock first, get our trucks and Bobcat and everything in and out before we mill it. That way it's clean instead of breaking off. But as you can see, where the man in the orange hat is standing, everything slopes towards the garage drain there, and then everything else slopes off to the other side. They had it to where the whole back section here sloped off all to the garage, and it was too much water for their little drains. So I built it up in the center to where I could get half of the water going off to one side, half going to the other, and all of this lane should trace down and go off right here as opposed to going back and around the corner where he's walking. I'll start showing you guys some finished products whenever we get done here. I don't have my camera with me today, so I'm doing it all with my phone. I'll get it all edited up and I'll give you guys a whirl of what we do day to day. You guys have a good one. So that's their little addition that was already dug out before we got here. This is going to be, this is how I lay out things. So this paint line kind of going off at an angle this way. That is 12 foot from the edge. That gives me 2 foot of leeway. This center here is 13 foot. And then that little piece, I'll start over here first. Pull this out to the line. Pull this one out. And then pull this out and be straight shot out to the road. We still got to mill the road. But other than that, we are ready to go. And you can see that little dip back there in the corner. That's because there's a drain back there. The drain really probably isn't going to do much anymore the way I re-sloped everything, but it's there just in case. And there's a chunk of asphalt up here that we're not replacing because they have their drains built into the asphalt. So we're just butting up to that. But yep, I'll get back to it as soon as trucks get here and we get started paving. But this is what it looks like whenever you put the rock down through the paver and roll it. That paver will lay it out exactly where you want it. And the thing is, that paver's 8 foot wide and it stretches to 14 foot. And that Bobcat, its bucket's 7 foot wide. So if you start getting a low spot or a high spot, like say you came down through here and you graded this side and this side, it'd take your Bobcat 2 passes, and say the center was kind of sloped this way and this way. Whenever you lay it flat across here, you got 3 inches on this side and 3 inches on this side, and you got a belly of 2 inches in the center. You got 5 inches in the center with the asphalt. So I always try and do all of my base work with my paver, because the paver knows where it wants the rock to be. That way you don't have that problem, and vice versa. You could have it to where you're laying 3 inches on each side and you got a big crown in the center, and you could be only 1 inch thick and you won't know it until a few years down the road when the driveway cracks right down the center. I've seen multiple driveways do that over the years too. I always like to have my edges at least about a 1/2 inch thicker than the center, just to try and hold the base work in. Sometimes it's not possible. Like here, there's these edge bandings. This side doesn't have edging, but that's okay. Preferably in a perfect world, you'd have 6 inches of rock hanging out from the asphalt, and then they could put new grass up to it. But I haven't found a homeowner yet that's exactly excited about doing something like that. So anyways, I'll get back with you whenever we get started paving. You guys have a good one. Alrighty, here's the finished product, and we're still rolling it and cleaning up and stuff. But as you can see, this whole lane here all slopes off to the woods as it's supposed to. And where the roller's sitting slopes towards the garage to their drains, but the rest of it all slopes out towards the forest over there. So not too bad. We just gotta clean it up and go on to our next one. You guys have a good one.